Hey guys, welcome back to Arsenal Career Mode. FIFA 22 Arsenal Career Mode. What am I talking about? Today we will be actually finishing off the month of February and moving to the first two games of March. And we know that we're definitely more than halfway through the season. And of course, right now we're still at the top of the league table, and Man City are technically, they are still kind of behind us, but again, we have I would say, some very easy and competitive fixtures ahead of us. And of course, the only problem that we might have to face in this episode is probably Chelsea, because we all know that they're a very good team, but in this season they haven't been doing actually doing such a good job. Apparently they are at fifth or sixth. So I think right now, considering we are quite on form compared to other team, I think we might have a chance to try to win the league. Maybe 2 or 3 games left, but we will have to see, because again, we still don't know. For the past few games, I have been conceded a lot of goals lately, and of course this is not very ideal, but the only thing that made up for what I conceded is basically the amount of goals that I score. And of course there are a lot of results that ended up as 5-2, and of course it is not very ideal. But we're moving on to the first game against Southampton. Finally, we are playing a game that I think it's very competitive, a very realistic a result where we end up having a 1-0 win. And of course, that doesn't really happen a lot, to be honest, because I think every time when we play against like a lower tier team, we just batter them around like 3-4 goals, like 3-4 goals difference, and right there 1-0. At that point, I was actually concerned while I was playing. I was like, oh my god, like, are they actually going to make a comeback or not? But turns out, thank God, our defense was solid that game, even though they have a few chances here and there. But Ramsdale, again, my man of the match, making a lot of saves in that game. And that's why we kind of like snatched it out a little win in the end, a 1-0. You know what? Might not be a perfect game for us, but a win is a win. And right now we're moving on to Arsenal against Everton at home. I would assume this might be a pretty easy fixtures, I would say. So and of course, before that, Tavares got a transfer offer for Leverkusen in Germany. And of course, we also received another offer for the youngster Idaho. I don't know that how you pronounce the name. I'm just pronouncing according to the one of the states in the States. So now, of course, Tavares, apparently with the arrival of Aaron Hickey, and of course, for the remainder of the season, if Kieran Tierney is healthy throughout the whole season, he will be playing the majority of the games, unless, for example, we play, in the Champions League or in FA Cup where it is a very easy fixtures, then I might be actually doing swapping my left back just a slightly bit, just to get Aaron Hickey a little bit of experience in the Premier League. And right here, yes, Arsenal against Everton, we scored the first goal, but then after that we conceded a very, very quick 2 goals, and then right now we are trailing by 1 goal. And in the 28th minute right here, Everton just scored the third one. And of course, it's very funny because Everton was doing so poorly in the Premier League right now. Last night they actually lost to Burnley. And of course, it's not ideal for them. They're in a relegation battle. But in this game, I don't know what happened to them. There's some sort of algorithm that FIFA it's actually implementing in the game, in which, like, okay, you are having very easy fixtures, but then at one point they're gonna like make it so tough for you. But right here, right before halftime, we actually score a very important goal. Even though we still trail by 1, but at least a 1 goal difference might potentially change the score of the game or the outcome of the game. And we're not exactly coming back right here, but 3-2. It is going to be a very tough game right now, because we need 2 goals to actually win. But of course, at this tide of the game, we have to win every single game. We have to take 1 game at a time. We have a lot of good players in the team, a lot of good quality players. In the 57th minute, Ronaldo Sanchez, I couldn't react quickly right there. Instead, I just kind of like double tap my square button. Turns out it was just a low drifting shot, but it wouldn't matter because 6 minutes later, Alexander Isak for the leveler, finally scoring, and of course, a tie game right now, 3-3. Emil Smith Rowe with a assist. And here it comes. We are going for the win right now. We feel like, okay, after scoring that goal, we have a chance to actually make a comeback. And Alexander Isak, what a great goal right there. Just bolts that one to top right corner. Or, you know, on the right side of the goal, even the goalkeeper, I believe that was Jordan Pickford, didn't even move a single muscle because that was such a beautiful shot. And of course, we taken the lead 4-3, but Everton never wants to give up. And of course, have a few chances here and there. And right there, Aaron Ramsey with a fantastic save in the 80th minute. We still need one more goal just to kill the game off. Here comes Kieran Tierney, dribbling down the left-hand side, crossing the middle to Alexander Isak, and other great goal right there. Literally one touch tap in, and of course the ball was coming with a certain speed, and Alexander Isak, good technique, and of course he's a world-class player for me right now. Could finish that goal off, and still with 5 minutes to go, Everton decided to make this game a little bit spice things up in this game. Langley just scores potentially consolation goal, but that one is very terrifying because Everton right now still have a chance to actually win the game, but Bukayo Saka could have, you know, hold the ball a little bit and just let the time run out. But in the end, it is a very dramatic game. 5-4 the score, and that's how we closed out the month of February. Right now, moving on to March, not a lot of news for the youth squad report. So I'm going to basically skip that, but if anything else, any player that is new, any player that is exciting, then of course I will follow that up. Otherwise, I will just let them pass on. And right now we're moving on to the third game of this four game episode. We are going back to the Emirates, playing against Crystal Palace. Oh, I don't even wanna say the name Crystal Palace because it's just really hurtful at this point. Of course, you guys know what happened. Arsenal lost to Crystal Palace 3 days ago, and I am not excited. I'm not ready to go back and talk about that game because I kind of left everything behind. But right here, we kind of seek our revenge a little bit in this game. We score a very early goal by Odegaard. I made a few changes here and there, but of course, this game, I believe in our team. I believe that we have the ability to swap around players, moving around players just a little bit, to rotate players, to give them a little bit of playing time. And of course, we are actually doing that, and we're doing that in a good way. Gabriel picks up an injury right there, as you guys can see. And then right here in the 25th minute, here comes Lewin by himself, and a very good low drifting cross. I've been trying to do that more often with a low driven shot, which is L1. I believe you press L1 and R1 together with the shooting button, whatever it is. If you guys are circle or squares, I use square in general because I think back in around, was it Winning 11? What they call PES right now, apparently. So I used to play a lot of Winning 11 back when I was like 8 or 9 year old. The traditional button will usually be the square button. But anyway, Crystal Palace just scored one back. Was I nervous because of that? A little bit, because it is still a 2 goals difference, and plus knowing our defensive capability at the back, I'm not quite confident with the game right now. But right here, this is going to be a very important one. Odegaard just scores the 4th goal of today's game, and of course, this guy is huge for us throughout the whole season. Definitely, no matter how the game or no matter how the season ends, I believe Odegaard will be the player of the season, 100%. I know we still have at least 10 games in total to go, but this guy is massive for us. And Calvert-Lewin scores his second one for the team right here, 64th minute. Of course, Crystal Palace never gives up, and just like that, they scored their second goal, which they're still trailed by 3. I don't know why they're celebrating, but of course I try not to be a celebrating police right here because you guys would know what's going to happen in the end. And here comes Crystal Palace once again in attack. Here comes Wilfried Zaha, and then he just scored the third goal, and then at that point I'm already like scared because I couldn't score goals. I couldn't really get myself forward, couldn't get my team forward, making a lot of defensive gaps at the back end. Eberici Esse right there just scores the fourth goal, and right now we are in big trouble. Because one more goal, I believe we go straight to replay or maybe extra time. But thank God that wasn't the case. And in the end, we have another 9-goal thriller. A very, like, 2 dramatic games. And of course, looking at round 5, looking at other teams as well, the only threats that I feel like we have right now in the competition is definitely Liverpool and also Manchester United. And of course, not very ideal, but at least we're not facing against Man City, because even though we beat Man City and Manchester United already early on in the season, but I still believe that Man City, they are at second right now, so I believe they're the second best team in the Premier League. So of course I'm trying to avoid that, but thank God Manchester United beat them. But of course we still don't know what's the next draw is gonna be. And right now we're moving to Stamford Bridge, another part of London. Not sure about the geography of that, but hey, and here comes the first chance for us. 5 minutes in, and Alexander Isak back on the score sheet once again. And I'm making a 1-0 very early goal again. We have been scoring a lot of early goals, but it doesn't really determine the outcome of the game sometimes. Because yes, we won the majority of the goals where we scored the first goal, but at the same time, because how unpredictable our defense could be throughout the whole season, which there is no guarantee that scoring the first goal means I'm going to 100% going to win the game. It's not going to happen. And right there, Ronaldo Sanchez has been scoring quite a lot. That's the reason why I've been using him a lot, is because he can actually score goals. Right before halftime, Emil Smith-Rowe, what a freaking finish right there. Edward Mendy just couldn't really have a chance to actually save that one, to be honest. Just a very simple goal by ESR, just kind of comes back inside and finesse that one. But honestly, arguably, Mendy could have do a much better job right there. And here comes Bukayo Saka going by himself. Literally nobody can touch him. Through one-on-one goal with the goalkeeper and plots that one in behind the goal. And 4-0 already. And at that point, playing against Chelsea 4-0 is definitely a huge morale booster, because again, Chelsea are a good team. We lost to them, I believe, earlier in the season, and of course in the last season as well. But it's very nice to get some revenge. And here comes another chance. Again, Mendy is not having the greatest game of his career. Could have just literally saved that one. It's literally right in front of him. He could have catch it, to be honest, but I don't know why he is being so dramatic about that. But 5-0 Lewin on the score sheet. You know, he is my super sub eventually. And here comes Timo Werner. Could have a chance to have a goal in the end for Chelsea, but in the end the post just wouldn't allow Chelsea to score a goal. But in the end, 5-0 is the score, and I would say this is a very it's like a roller coaster episode where a lot of goals are happening between both teams, but in the end we are the lucky one to actually beat out the team in the end. So right now, looking at the league tables, we are 12 points ahead of Man City with 10 games to go. I know it is still a lot of games left, but I believe if we keep on doing what we're doing, I believe we might have a chance to win the title. Maybe 3 or 4 games left in the season, but we will see. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.